Hi guys, Sims here. Sorry I've not made a tutorial in a while. I've been very busy with my exams and revision and stuff. And I've got quite a few of your lots requests to get through. So I'm starting off today with a target lock tutorial which was requested by Chuck Johnson 09. Basically what he wanted was for me to show him how to make a sort of flashing target lock on with some red triangles. So this is what we're going to be making today. I put that together in about probably 5 minutes, so it was a pretty rushed job. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to get through that now, and yeah, let's get started. So first thing we want to do is we want to open up our After Effects, and we want to import our clip which we're going to be doing this effect on. After that, you want to come up to Layer, make a new solid, and let's make it a red solid because that's what you requested for me. And then you want to take your rectangle tool, find the center point of the screen, click, hold Control and Shift, and just drag out to make this sort of shape. Then you want to come over to our pen tool, and we want to subtract one of these edges. In my case, I'm subtracting this edge. Now you see we've got this sort of nice shape to our square, which is the triangle that we're going to be using. We want to then drag this down to the bottom of the screen. And you want to press W to get our rotate tool and just flip it round so it's like that, holding Shift so it stays straight. Then we want to bring this down, go back to our pen tool, and we want to move this edge in. Oh crap, how do I do that again? Yep, sorry, we want to move this edge in. What? My bad. Sorry, use your select tool, not your pen tool. And then we just want to drag this edge, holding Shift, and just make sure you get it to the edge quite nicely. If you hold Shift, you will always maintain the same ratio, so it will stay same, and just make sure it lines up so it actually looks like a proper triangle. Okay, after you've done that, you can click off, so you can start manipulating this again. What we want to do is come down to our red solid layer, do Control C and V twice to make 2 duplicates. Come to our rotator tool again, and rotate it, and then drag it off. And then we'll do the same with the other layer. And we'll just move it up here. So I'm just doing this really quickly, but you might want to make sure that everything's all neat, tidy, evenly spaced and everything. Maybe just move these up a little bit more like that, and that way you're going to have a much neater sort of finish to your comp. What we want to do now is pre-compose this layer so that everything works together when it comes to the rotating part. So what we want to do is select all the layers by clicking on the top one, holding Shift, then clicking on the bottom one. And we want to right click on the red solid, and we want to pre-compose this, and we'll just call it target. Right, now you've got that, you can see you've just got this solid state target that stays the same all the way through your clip. So we want to find a place where we actually want to turn this on, and drag it up to about here, and then enabling our keyframes with this by clicking on this button. We just want to press T on our target, and we drop our opacity down to 0 at the start on the timeline. This way the target's not there, and we can make it appear we want it. So we'll just come around this corner. So let's go keyframe before, and keep it set it to 0 again by making a new keyframe, and then a keyframe after. We'll slowly start bringing this up, so bring it up to about 25, scroll through a little bit more, bring it up to 100. And then we want to find where we want it to turn off, so I want to turn off when I've gone down my scope. So let's come out here. And I'm going to start going up my scope in a minute, so we'll set 100% here, go forward another frame, and then we'll start gradually bringing this down. And when I'm up here to about this on my scope, I want it to be down at 0, so it's off. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to press P to bring our position keyframes, and we want to start tracking this onto our wall where it actually wall bangs in. So as you can see, he wall bangs in here. So what we want to do is keep moving this target so it lines up properly, ensuring that the midpoint is Sorry about that, guys. The door went. Where was we? Was I saying about position? Okay. We need to track this now, so it always stays. That centre point always stays on where he's going to do the wall bang. So as we go through, every time you see a change, you just want to move that to the point where he wall bangs. So as you can see, the camera moves off a lot. So we just want to rematch that. This is looking really messy because it doesn't want to stay on that spot. Sorry about this. Alright, obviously you guys are going to make this a lot better. This is just a very rough sort of track of this. Not very good, I know, but you get the gist of it, and you lot can make it a lot better. So what we want to do now is, as we're going through, we're going to want to change. We want to press S so we can change our scale. So when it first comes on, obviously we want it to be quite big, but as we go through the timeline, we want it to come down significantly. And this is where you might want to adjust the position more as well, because this is going to knock it off when you're changing the scale. I'm just going to keep bringing this down. Quite a lot. And what you might want to do to add a bit more effect is, as you see here, I just made it so it pulses. So if the frame before you know what I mean, like larger, smaller, larger, smaller, so it does that sort of thing, and it like sort of chomps in and out. That way you'll get a much nicer effect. But I really don't like this being so huge when it comes on. So I'm going to shrink it down even more. I don't like it being that big. Oh god, what have I done? I've completely, let's say, boogered this up because I've made so many keyframes that it's jumping in and out all the way through. Don't do this, guys. You want to make sure you're happy with it as you're going through. So basically, if I was going to use this in a montage now, I'd just highlight and delete all these keyframes and redo it all. But because it's only a tutorial, I'm not going to do that. What you want to do now is you want to add our rotate into it. I use this in my grenade sort of tutorial, so we'll do this again, and I'll put this rotate command in the description. We're only going to be using this on the x-axis. So what you want to do is you want to copy this, and then you want to collapse that and open up all your keyframes. And when it comes to rotation, we want to do Alt and rotation. Click on rotation, sorry. And we're just going to paste that formula in there. Obviously, we don't want the velocity to be too large, so I'm going to change this down to 100, and that's the spinning speed. And now, as you can see, as it comes on, it sort of does this. It doesn't rotate enough, so I'm going to change that speed up to about 180 instead. It's quite a big jump, but 360 is just way too fast. So we've got this spinning sort of effect coming on. Yeah, it doesn't look amazing, guys, but obviously you can do it a lot better. Then if you want it to sort of pulse like it does in the one that I made earlier, there's an effect called strobe light, and we want to put this on, and we'll just drag that onto our target comp. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this colour to something near the red, so it's not too distinctive, but it's still there. I put like a 10% blend in, but then I also do a strobe period of about 0.8 seconds, so it's quite fast. Sorry, you want to turn all the keyframes off for this, because you want it to be red the whole way through, 10% the whole way through. And then what we also want to do is do the random strobe probability. We want to put that quite high, so it's flashing all the way through. Maybe not 75%, that's a bit over the top, I think. It depends on the duration of how long this is on for. But then you can also do like random speed, and that will give it a bit more randomness to the whole effect itself. So we've got this so far. I'm just going to RAM preview that, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so we've got that so far. Doesn't look amazing, but I said it wouldn't look amazing. But you get the point. It still does everything you want it to do. You can just play around with the settings that I've given you, and yeah, maybe you want to slow this down as well. So like in Vegas or whatever, when you do time stretching, you can slow it down so the whole thing will slow down, and then you've got more time on your target. I'm sure that'll look a lot nicer. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If it's helped you out, then thumbs it up. Maybe leave us a comment, and be sure to subscribe and request anything you want to see in future. Yeah, thanks for watching again, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.